Hey, boys and girls, for science this week, you're going to be focusing on animals and how the environment affects their behavior of living things, such as migration, hibernation, and dormancy. So, if you remember, changing seasons affect living things because of differences in temperature, sunlight, and precipitation from season to season. Animals and their unique body parts, remember, we talked about that kind of before we left. We were doing some of those lab experiments. So those are examples of adaptations, but animal behaviors during different seasons can be another example of an adaptation an animal makes to survive in its habitat. So dormancy is an example of one. So less sunlight and cooler temperatures causes plants to lose their leaves. The plants stop growing and go through dormancy. So it's a time when plants stop growing. Most plants go through dormancy in winter. So just because plants drop their leaves does not mean they're dead. They're trying to conserve energy. So the picture shows a dormant tree without leaves. So hibernation is cold temperatures affect animals in winter. Some animals hibernate. To hibernate is to go into a deep sleep-like state. So this helps animals like bats save energy when it is cold. And we've also discussed that in class as well. So you can see the bat hibernating. You can see the wings kind of over its body. So fun fact, hibernate comes from a word that means to pass the winter. So maybe take a second. What animals can you think of that hibernate during the winter? So another adaptation is migration. Animals may migrate during some seasons. To migrate is to travel from one place to another and back again. Watering holes may dry up if there's no rainfall in a season. Some animals will migrate to a place where they can find water. Geese migrate south during winter months to find warmer temperatures. And we've also discussed other different animals that do that as well. So adaptation. Some animals remain and stay active during winter months. They must adapt to the changes in colder weather. Many of these animals change their behavior or bodies. For example, a snowshoe rabbit, in this first picture, will grow thicker white fur to help it hide in the snow. Some animals gather extra food in the fall and store it to eat later. Some, like rabbits and deer, spend winter looking for moss, twigs, and bark to eat. Other animals eat different food as the season changes. The red fox eats fruit and insects in the spring, summer, and fall. In the winter, it can't find these things, so it eats small rodents. Your assignment, this is not what it's going to look like, but this is the information that you are going to have to do on a Google slide. So the slides are set up separately. Actually, I'm going to show you. So in your classroom, they're going to be under that tab. So for each slide, you're going to, first you're going to draw an animal that adapts in winter. And then what are two things this adapting animal does to survive in winter? So those should be two sentences for that. If you're a zookeeper, how would you help this adapting animal stay happy and healthy in winter? Write or draw it, whatever you want to do. The next one is draw an animal that migrates. Same thing, two things, zookeeper. And the last, an animal that hibernates. And then you will turn those in onto Google Classroom, just like you did this week with the other animal observation Google slides. There are tons of resources, again, in the lesson plans. There's a few brain pops in Google Classroom that you can watch to help you. Also on Epic, good time to go search some animal books too. That might help you answer some of these questions. And again, if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.